Welcome back to Club News. Over the past several years, Capital Bluestone has taken an innovative approach to partnering with clubs, with a focus on both regenerating the club and improving the community around it. As part of this approach, last week Capital Bluestone and Sharks launched an exciting new community initiative. And to talk about it, I'm joined by Ben Fairfax, Managing Director of Capital Bluestone, and Marcello Veloz, CEO of Cronulla Sutherland Leagues Club. Welcome, Ben and Marcello.
Thank you.
Teresa.
Look, Marcello, we'll start with you. First off, tell us a little bit about the partnership between the Leagues Club and Capital Bluestone.
Sure. Look, this is a wonderful partnership that we have with the guys. It started I think 7 years ago, Ben, in 2010, when the club decided that it was time to realise some of those assets, those land holdings that we have. And Capital Bluestone was a successful tenderer that came in and had a vision to realise that for the club. Since then, we've worked very tirelessly in getting some of that project off the ground, and we've seen many of the stages now being realised. And along that journey, we've also engaged together to work in some community projects, and one of which we are going to be talking about later today. So.
Yeah, do you want to add anything to that, Ben?
Oh no, look, it's been a great partnership. I think we've been very fortunate that we've been able to work with a great club and help to drive significant change in the local community. And as Marcello said, there are a number of great initiatives that we've done together, and today this is just one of the ones which it's very important to us and very important to the club with the Careers Expo.
Well, we'll get to the Careers Expo community initiative in just a moment, but for those who might not be aware, you're really working together as well on the Woolooware Bay development. What will that development have to offer?
Yeah, look, the Woolooware Bay development is a combination of a master planned integrated development. We're delivering a new shopping centre precinct which will have retail, it'll have dining, there'll be medical, and it'll tie in with the club. So that'll be about an 18,000 square metre shopping centre. It'll have a major supermarket, mini supermarket, and a great convenience base for the local community. And then and that is on the eastern side of the ground, and then to the western side of the ground where we've designed this really fantastic residential community. The residential community will have around about 640 odd apartments. They'll range from studios through to 3 bedrooms. So it's all together, we're not only delivering something for the centre and for the new club, but also an integrated approach so the master plan combines together.
And what stage are you at with that?
We're in the process now of completing stage 1. So Stage 1 will due for completion in October. That's the first 227 apartments, and we have another 178 apartments that are just started under construction in Stage 2, and we'll look to bring Stage 3 to the market towards the end of this year. And our retail, we're working closely with the club at the moment to ensure that the integration of that ties in with the new club, and we'll look to start that before the end of the year as well.
Now, as you both mentioned earlier, one of the reasons you're here today is to talk about in addition to working together on this development, how you're working together on community initiatives, the most recent of which is your Careers Fair. Marcello, how did the Career Fair, how did it come about?
Oh, look, it's one of those things that I think that Ben and I are always talking about what it is that we can do for the community. And one of the things that we got talking about was the fact that we all know how difficult it is for many kids in year 10 onwards to know or to start thinking about what it is that they're going to be in the future. We realise that wonderful retail precinct that we're going to be delivering, it's going to give people the opportunity to get work and to be employed in a number of areas. So we thought that we could integrate our development, the future jobs that are going to be available, and at the same time with the schools to be able to give those kids the ability to start thinking early as to what it is that they could do. It was not only about the jobs that they can do, but it's also about connecting them with us and people that have that are in real jobs, and we dedicate our time to them and to guide them through these difficult times. So I think that's a
definitely, Marcelo. That's a result of one of the early commitments that we wanted to make sure as a group that we delivered as part of this development were opportunities for the local community. We really got a good understanding of where the workforce was. Sutherland Shire in itself has a very good local workforce, and there are some wonderful opportunities coming through for students in the area, and it's very rare a development like this will come along and create so many different diverse opportunities for career paths, and that's where it led. And we're also looking to introduce trainee programs down the track as well. There will be great opportunities within the club within the management space and within the retail. There are a lot of retail opportunities as well as in the development and construction.
So how did the day work? Paint the picture for us.
Oh look, the day was a great day. We would have had over 50 different expo stores. As Marcello said, they ranged from local businesses through to universities. We had TAFE colleges, we had the Defence Forces there, we had all of the different disciplines involved in the construction and development industry, from finance and construction through to plumbing. We had architecture, master planning, we had marketing, it had a full range. So they established themselves up, and we had 4 different high schools come in from the surrounding area, and it would have been around about 700 students. So they were able to come for an hour at a time for each school to ask questions of each of the different expo stores. We also had things like Live Life Get Active, which are one of our other community programs we're working on. So they're able to understand about fitness and health, and they were able to meet with people that are working in the local businesses in the area and also with the universities. They were able to ask good detailed questions around the opportunities, and we made it very interactive this year, so that this is our second year in running the Careers Expo. So we were able to make it interactive for students to really understand some of the disciplines. So with surveying, they might have been shooting levels or understanding various heights and measurements.
Well, this was the second year that you've done this. Obviously it worked the first time, but did you make any changes along the way between year 1 and year 2?
Look, definitely. Some of the changes that we established from last year was we wanted to gather the feedback accurately from the students. So we had iPads set up to be able to answer a series of questions. We also, as I said, we made it a lot more interactive, so they were able to really participate. We had photographers there, so they were learning how to take the right sort of photos. They were dealing with banks to understand some of the financial aspects, through to with the club. The club had people there in understanding how club and sports management worked. We had physios there with skeletons, and they were learning about different bones within the body. So it actually engaged the students, which was good, because last year I think there was a lot to see. Also last year we probably didn't have enough of the local business in fashion and beauty and other different disciplines that would all become part of what the residential development, the retail development would be.
Well, you did ask these young people for their feedback, so what did they tell you?
I think that the figures were very positive. Actually, I should probably add to Ben's point earlier that we also had the Sutherland Shire Council was heavily involved this year, and the local Chamber of Commerce, and that was a significant boost to getting people to realise how important this project is in the future. This is not something that we're going to stop tomorrow. This will be a legacy that we're both very passionate about, and that we'll continue to build. So I think that was a game changer when the Council and the Chamber of Commerce are right behind you.
Definitely.
In regards to their feedback, I can't remember the figures, but I think it was 96% of the kids that attended had thoroughly enjoyed the coming to the event, and I think there was about 94 of them got something really positive, and had the Careers Expo was able to influence their thought process in regards to what it is that they wanted to do. So, I mean, that feedback is phenomenal. I don't know if you want to add anything, Ben, but...
Oh no, I definitely, with what Marcello said, I think you can only offer the opportunity and hope that the students will engage, and I think we were able to achieve that by allowing them to ask those genuine questions, and that's what you want. You want to make sure that they are able to influence the decisions they're going to make with their career choices, whether it be a trade or whether they finish and go to university. This gives them a good opportunity to really understand what that is.
And look, just briefly in one sentence each, why is community important to you and to your organisations?
Look, for us at the Sharks, it's part of what we are. It's in our DNA. I mean, I don't think there's anything that we do. Not one thing that we do that doesn't have a community focus. We're fortunate enough to do the things that we do and represent a significant brand and a great club within the community. So we just do it because it's just the right thing to do, and we do it because we have the ability to do it, we have the capacity to do it, and we're lucky enough, I think, Ben, that's we're passionate about what we do.
No, definitely. And from a property development point of view and a partner for the Sharks, we're driving considerable change in the area. We're really transforming the club and the land holdings of the Sharks, and with that change, the demographics of the area changes significantly. You really influence the way in which that area evolves. So to be able to be part of that change and to work with community and deliver initiatives where they have that long-term benefit, that's really important for the way in which we go about our projects.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
And that's all for today's edition of Club News. We'll be back on the 16th of August. And as always, every episode of Club News is available for viewing at the Clubs New South Wales website. Goodbye.